Meantime, the last remaining question of last week's election is how big the majority Republicans will have in the House of Representatives. Right now, DDHQ has called 219 seats for the GOP and 212 for the Democrats. Now, that leaves 4 races still uncalled at this moment. Like this tight race in California's 45th congressional district, Republican incumbent Michelle Steele is ahead of the Democrat, Derek Tran, by only, would you look at that, 349 votes. Although that, moving over to the upper chamber, Decision Desk HQ is now calling Pennsylvania's Senate race. Republican David McCormick is projected to defeat the Democratic Senator Bob Casey. The longtime Democratic senator from Pennsylvania believes there are still more votes to count. Now, with Republicans flipping the Pennsylvania Senate, they now hold 53 seats in the Senate. Look who's here, look who's back, the man who must not sleep. He's the man behind the numbers, Scott Tranter, Data Science Director at DDHQ. All right, let's go interactive here to the wall if we can. And I want to start over in the House because, my gosh, look at what's going on in this race. 349 votes out there in California. Michelle Steele, the incumbent. What's going on?
And we still think there's tens of thousands of votes to be counted. 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be watching as those votes roll in. We think Derek Tran will take the lead tonight. We also think it'll be a couple more days before we know, because Michelle Steele may have some votes out there still. I
think you told me you wanted to go to CA 13, right?
Yes.
What's going on there?
So this is another close one. We think this one's going to lean towards Duarte. We still needed to see some more votes out of Merced County. Could go back and forth, but this one should be callable in the next day or so.
All right, give me a second here to click out and go over to, yes, we're talking about Alaska. And the race there. What's going on there, Tranter?
This is my favorite one.
Okay.
Ranked choice.
We don't get to talk about Alaska a lot.
Yeah, we don't get to. This is ranked choice voting. Mary Peltoa in there, 3 points behind. But ranked choice voting, they counted a little bit differently. So we get to do some very fancy math and wait for the state of Alaska to tell us exactly where this is going to shake out. Because as you can see, there's a few candidates down there, and Alaska just does it a little differently.
218 to win the House. You think Republicans eventually have?
I think they have about 221.
221. Okay, wow, thin margin. Let me go now over to the Senate, and let's talk about PA real quick. As I mentioned, you guys were the first to call the White House, the first to call the House, and you waited a bit on Pennsylvania. You were cautious. Explain why.
Well, because Pennsylvania...
Were you cautious, or... No, I guess it was the right thing to do, right?
Cautious, the right thing to do is the way to put it, right? Pennsylvania had about 120,000 votes out. McCormick had a 40,000 vote lead. What we were waiting to see is, as those votes came in, was there enough for Casey to come back? As of today, we got official word from all the counties in the state. There's not enough votes left. They're still going to count. That margin's going to get a little bit lower. Okay. But we're safe to project that McCormick's going to win.
How many outstanding votes, you think?
About 70 to 80,000.
70 to 80,000, and it's 24,000, give or take.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. The man behind the numbers, Scott Tranter. DDHQ, you're almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.